We're talking about the 5 consumer segments every brand should understand. In this episode, we're going to focus on the prestige consumer. Like all of our segments, the prestige consumer can be found in every age, race, generality. They're not influenced by age or by income. So you can find a 10-year-old who is a prestige consumer, and you can find an 80-year-old. You can find someone with a lot of money, someone who's not all that wealthy. The key here is we're looking for primal behaviors because they're hardwired into who we are. So what defines the prestige consumer? For one thing, they look for badge value. You know, the kinds of things that identify them to other people because they want others to know they have discriminating tastes. They like having stories to share with others about the brand and products they choose. Why have a regular wristwatch when you could have a Breitling or a Patek Philippe? Why just have shoes when you could have shoes by Jimmy Choo, Brian Atwood, or Stuart Weitzman? This is a group who prefers the best of the best in categories that matter to them, from clothes to cars to oral care, restaurants, and technology. One key idea here is that the prestige consumer doesn't necessarily have to have a lot of money. Now, they're willing to sacrifice in some categories in order to buy what they want in categories that matter to them. We all know people who have gone into debt to buy something nice just to have the looks. Now, for a value or practical consumer, that's just dumb. They would never do that. I mentioned a few brands that target prestige shoppers, but there are plenty of others chasing this group, including Chanel, Ferrari, Bentley, Four Seasons Hotel, Meili Appliances, Baccarat Crystal. The emphasis is on limited production, heritage craftsmanship, exclusive availability, and brand narratives that convey taste, sophistication, and rarefied affluence. Prestige consumers are going to avoid things that seem commonplace or even generically trendy. They avoid mainstream brands that offer premium products that are widely available. For example, if they have the money, a prestige shopper might avoid a brand like Lexus or Mercedes simply because too many other people drive them. Or they may seek the limited edition vehicle offered by those same brands, so they have the one that stands out from all the others. They might balance their Range Rover with a Maserati because the Maserati has the badge value and exclusivity they seek. They avoid mass brands and retailers, unbranded or what they see as cheap products, and they never go bargain hunting. Prestige consumers are willing to pay a premium price for products that offer exclusivity, have a strong heritage story, or some kind of strong talk value within their inner circles. Prestige consumers can be early adopters because they crave exclusivity. Now, if a brand rises up quickly, they adopt it, but so do the masses. The prestige consumer will be the first ones to bail because it's no longer exclusive, it no longer has the talk value or the story that they crave. So how do you reach prestige shoppers? The messaging should focus on crafting an aura of unmatched quality, heritage, and rarefied status. Focus on exclusivity and scarcity with ultra-limited editions, exclusive access, etc. Drive luxury and connections to prestigious people and brands. Talk about the sourcing of ingredients and craftsmanship. Give them great stories to tell about their exclusive item, so when someone asks, they have the details to share why. It can be easy to think that the prestige consumer is always fabulously wealthy, and a lot of the examples that we've shown in this episode really represent that. Well, that's only because they're the easiest to show. In the example when a consumer doesn't have a lot of wealth, they still look for badge value, items, brands, products that help them stand out from others in the crowd. Maybe they can't afford a personal chef, but they could afford to use Sakara, the personal meal delivery service used by A-list Hollywood stars. And that would be a much better option than Blue Apron, which is far too mainstream now. They're willing to make the sacrifice for an item that stands out versus buy things in general that won't. If you're interested in learning more about the prestige consumer or want help speaking with this audience, let's talk. For more information on all 5 consumer segments, check out our library or contact us.